already started his practice for the Boucles de Spa. It's Pond's first rally of the year, and he's using the new Nissan 240 RS. Prepared by Bill Blydenstein in Shepparton, the lightweight cars are powered by a 4-cylinder 2.4-litre twin-cam engine, producing around 280 brake horsepower. Pond soon settles into driving the car and is impressed by the power and handling. This is the car Nissan hopes will take it into the world of sprint rallying. Nissan has 3 of the cars in Spa. Belgium's Jean-Louis Dumont drives one, whilst Simon Everett uses the other. It's the start of the Belgian Open Series, and the new driver and car combinations are waiting to show themselves off. Local favourite Guy Colsoul excites the crowds in his Opel, whilst Marc Duez drives the Audi Quattro for the first time, giving some spectators a close look at the car. Tony Pond is always exciting, and driving like this he takes the rally lead. Finland's new rising star Juha Kankkunen shows his flamboyant style in a Group A Manta. Whilst Simon Everett drives Nissan for the first time. Patrick Steyr switches to Porsche this year and takes no chances with 320 brake horsepower to play with. Dumont always plays to the crowd. Whilst Robert Droogmans and his Jeff Churchill Escort finishes after this stage with no clutch. With the rally stretching over 2 nights, there's plenty of time for drivers to play themselves in, but Rob Arthur keeps track of the others' times.
Also 23.
23 and Duez 36.
36.
36. Oh, it's different. And Sneyers with a Porsche.
Yes.
30.
Tony Pond has built an early lead in the Nissan, but with many of the stages covered in snow and ice, it could only be a matter of time before the Duez Quattro would start challenging. Heading towards new special stages to the south of Bastogne, Pond soon finds the ice. Guy Colsoul settles into 3rd place, taking no chances. And with all that power in the tail, Sneyers pussyfoots the Porsche to safety. Dumont looks better than ever, but Marc Duez soon finds out about Quattro handling. Ice holds no fears for Kankkunen. In true Scandinavian style, he always finds a way out of trouble. Everett is off the pace in his new car. Whilst the clerk of the course's son, de Lettre Jr., gets down to business. Others don't have the same luck.
Mettez-vous sur le côté de la route, ce serait dommage d'avoir un accident. Et oui, voilà la voiture.
Don't worry, son. I'll have that one scrubbed. Willie Pla in his Fiat revels in the ice, but is destined to retire. Across from the States is Sandy Liversidge to learn how to do it properly, and it looks like Stuart Fennick is about to teach him. With darkness came the big freeze, turning the special stages around Spa into treacherous tests of man and machine. Pond expectedly lost his lead to the Quattro, so at the end of the first leg the order was Duez, Pond, Colsul, Sniers, Dumont, and Kankinen. Throughout the first night, Marc Duez strengthened his lead to a massive 5 minutes. Tony Pond was fighting on bravely in the Nissan, but with only two-wheel drive against the Audi's 4, he knew he could never retake the lead.
I believe you were leading the event at one stage.
Yeah, but then we had the very icy uphill start on the stage on the Quattro just...
So how are you going to play it tonight then?
just keep flogging on, really.
And flogging on it was. With most stages covered in snow and ice by the start of the second day, it was turning into a Quattro benefit. Pond still showed well on the drier tests. Guy Colsul knew he was beaten and settled for third place. But soon to challenge him was Patrick Sniers. Fuel injection problems slowed Kankinen, but not much, whilst Junior was learning fast. As the rally moved south, more snow fell on the stages, giving Duez an even bigger advantage over Pond. Sniers surprised everyone with his car control, as young Kankinen continued to show off. Simon Everett was soon to have problems when his service crew went missing and he slipped behind his rival Dumont. Halfway through the second leg, and even Duez finds difficulty in the snow. With Colsul in his sights, Sniers speeds up and passes Dumont's Nissan. Paying the cost of no service crew, Simon Everett found himself on the wrong tyres. An accident was inevitable, and he soon retired, despite a visiting Andy Dawson repairing his car for him. Kankkunen took advantage of the snow and moved up into 5th place, leaving Guy Colsoul to fend off Sniers just ahead of him. Tony Pond stayed ahead of the others, but the Quattro had taken away his fighting spirit.
We're using all sorts of Dunlop Trick Monte Carlo tyres, really.
Trick Monte Carlo tyres, same sort that Salonen used.
Yeah, it's difficult because the stages change all the time, and we have to send somebody in and have a look at a little piece of road, and they say take type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
I see, so you are using ice snow crews on this event then?
Well, they're not ice snow crew, they just walk in and...
Oh, they just have a walk in?
Yeah, and say, try this tyre, try that tyre.
The Quattro reigned supreme on the icy roads. Colsoul finished 3rd, but still viewed the season ahead with hope of beating his Belgian rival Duez. Patrick Sniers never did catch the Opel, but finished 4th, comfortably ahead of Dumont, who had passed Kankkunen during the closing stages. Marc Duez made a good start to retain his Belgian Open title and introduced Belgium to the Audi Quattro in a frightening style. His winning margin over Tony Pond was a staggering 10 minutes. He may well smile. Guy Colsoul, past Belgian champion and the man the crowds just love, leads crews away from the Landon start to this, the 1983 Haspengau Rally. Starting out on 412 kilometers of fast, furious special stages, he heads the strongest field ever, with international stars filling the top places. Second car away, and it's Per Eklund driving a rented Opel Ascona for the first time. But Pekka is destined for a troubled run. Third off the line is Marc Duez in the exciting Audi Quattro. He won the Boucles de Spa rally back in February and is looking for another win here. Antero Lane heads a strong Finnish contingent in his Escort. He's here to show the Belgians how a Finn drives on tarmac. Whilst over from Ireland is the reigning tarmac champion, John Coyne, in his Sunbeam Lotus. Poor Simon Everett didn't last long with a smoking Nissan engine. John Woodner was trying his first European rally, driving Bufham's old Sunbeam. After a good result on the Boucles de Spa, Juha Kankkunen brought his Group A Manta over to thrill the crowds again. There were 7 Finnish crews in the rally, but only Poisti in his red Escort managed to stay the course. The man who leads the Belgian Open Championship, Patrick Sniers, in his Porsche 911, is driving like a true champion. The home crowds love him, and no wonder. Just look at the way he throws his car around. Britain's Willie Rutherford nearly won the rally 2 years ago. Let's see what he thinks.
Based obviously on the town of London, and we, in fact, I don't think go any further than about 15 miles from the town, and we rally for 2.5 days flat out. We have been here 2 years before, and the rally is excellent.
So you know the stages quite well. What sort of stages are they? How can you describe them?
We have nothing like them in England, really. They are concrete. The majority of it is concrete, with the occasional very rough, loose section, fairly narrow, very fast, very high speeds, but not so many sweeping bends.
Day 1, Friday, and Marc Duez opens the rally with some shattering times. But Colesule stays in touch over the slippy stages. Lane settles in well, driving faster on the mud than the tarmac. Snyers pussyfoots his Porsche at first. His best will come the next day. Pecker's already in trouble. His Ascona has no clutch. It's just the start of a catalogue of disasters for the Swede. Robert Droogmans is destined for an astonishingly good run in his Jeff Churchill Escort. He's been doing well this year, and he's not about to let go of his championship second place just yet. Just like Britain, Belgium has its rain. But that makes the roads greasy and the Quattro gains the edge. Duez wastes no time in taking the rally lead comfortably. Colesule is powerless. He fights on in the Opel, but can't match the Audi's speed. Lane 2 revels in the rainy weather, but he's not matching Droogmans' times. Snyers is thinking of the championship, and there's no way this man is going to take any chances on the first day. Kankinen too makes a wary start, but he's one of 4 Finns who will drop out the following day. The Belgium roads played havoc with Finnish transmissions. Saturday morning, and the rally moves north to some muddy stages ideal for the Audi. Whilst Patrick Snyers decides it's time to speed things up a bit. Colesule is already having clutch problems, and he's destined to break an axle today. Sheer bad luck is putting paid to any hopes he has of beating the Quattro. Droogmans, hungry for a result, moves up the leaderboard into 4th place. Lane feels more at home now. This is more like it. Loose tracks and crowds of people. So too does Kankinen. Whoops. Well, it's just as quick in the ditch. John Coyne shows he's not against a bit of agricultural driving either, but on slicks, the rally moves on into its longest day, and Duez has struck trouble breaking the Audi's front diff. It's soon repaired, and he holds on to first place.
Quattro is too quick for me, for us, for the car, even for me. And the Porsche, I think with this weather, we have a little chance to beat them.
Have you caught anything up this morning?
Yes, 24 seconds in the third stage. In the first, he was, I think, 2 seconds faster of me. In the second, he was also 2 or 3 faster. But in the third, we were 24 faster of him.
After retiring once, Willie Rutherford runs as course car, whilst Duez sets about regaining lost time. Now Patrick Sniers has started the fight against the Quattro, with Col Sul chasing hard, but soon to break an axle. Droopmans is looking for third place, and so is John Coyne. Over the closing stages, Duez extends his lead to 2 minutes over Sniers. Droopmans gets his third place to hold over Saturday night. Whilst Col Sul has to chase even harder now. Sunday morning. It's been raining again and the stages are even more treacherous. But Duez is back with four-wheel drive and can afford to relax the pace a little. Sniers still has something to fight for, and Droopmans isn't too far behind. But despite his spirited drive, the Porsche and second place still elude him. Col Sul has fought his way back to fourth, but he's about to break another rear axle. Pecker's bad luck continues. He's had no clutch, gearbox troubles, no wipers, and more wrong slots from his Dutch co-driver than he cares to remember. This is almost it. The end is in sight, and the Belgian weather has had good enough manners to dry out for the finish. Marc Duez, no problems for the Quattro today, easily the winner, whilst Patrick Sniers has chased hard, very hard, and wins himself a well-deserved second place, retaining the championship lead. Whilst Robert Droopmans gave his Jeff Churchill Escort a magnificent trouble-free run into third place. Van den Meersen's Opel here finished fifth. 1 place behind the luckless Guy Col-Soul, last year's winner when he beat Russell Brooks, just didn't have it his own way this time. The young Belgian superstar, Paul Leiter, brought his Sunbeam home into a good 6th place. Poor old Per Eklund had to eat humble pie, running his dubious Opel Ascona home into 8th position. Ireland's John Coyne slipped from the top 10 on the final day with alternator problems to his Sunbeam. He finished 11th. But that was 9 places higher than the first English driver home, Richard Ive, in his Maslin Escort. All the Finns except Poisty dropped out. He was rewarded with 10th place for his gritty drive, the first time he has ever been to Belgium. It's been a different Haspengau rally this time. The rain has turned what are usually fast, narrow roads into treacherously slippery tests of skill, and the rough stages have whittled down the field to a paltry list of finishers. But this European Championship rally, based in central Belgium, still holds its popularity with British clubmen. Not a classic Haspengau in 1983, but it still holds that certain magic that is Belgian rallying. Patrick Sneyer's result was good enough to extend his Open Championship lead from the escort of Robert Droefmans. Guy Col-Soul stays in 3rd place in the series. Marc Duez moves up into 4th overall, thanks to his superb win in the 4-wheel drive Belgian Audi Sport Quattro.
Ontspanning. Niemand, dames en heren, kan op dit ogenblik zeggen. Dus stop en onder uw applaus, dat zijn
de troubles with the car. 2 rear axles, we broke 2 rear axles, a gas gasket and the clutch. No, man, it was a very, very hard rally for me. Not for me, but for the car.
in de 12e internationale lotto Haspengau met de Audi Quattro overwinnaars. Marc Duez met de champagne, Willy Lux met de...
comes to the European Rally Championship in Ypres. 24 hours of breakneck driving over roads so fast they would put many racing circuits to shame. The ancient city of Ypres saw fierce action during the two world wars. Now the action is fought no less ferociously, but with cars, not guns.
Oh,